Shalom, family. Shalom. All praise to the Most High, Creator of the heaven and the earth.
It's like my testimony, so it's gonna straight from the head. All the drugs that I did, took a chance and got rich. Hope you forgive me for this. Wash the blood off my hands, make me a new man. Look at the wrongs that I did. So much money, hope I don't lose my soul. You lost my trust when I seen you fall. So much pain making my heart hurt. Counting all these blues, trying to put God first. God first, knows God's will. His will be done. That change don't come. Free Babylon. I got caught up saying, chasing blue benches. I was going insane. Lord forgive me. All this pain and this burden on me. I'm like smiling, but I'm really lonely. I can't trust a soul. I don't need you judging me. Now when I talk behind my back, like it ain't gonna get back. So try to keep quiet first. I'ma keep shy at first. I'ma leave out my works. Even when I'm at my worst. Forgive me for all of my sins. Have mercy on my soul, I wanted to win. All the drugs that I did, took a chance and got rich. Hope you forgive me for this. Wash the blood off my hands, make me a new man. Look at the wrongs that I did. So much money, hope I don't lose my soul. You lost my trust when I seen you fall. So much pain making my heart hurt. Counting all these blues, trying to put God first. God first.
Come and Shalom, family. Peace and blessing to the chosen. Peace and blessing to the chosen. We got Sleepy. There you go, right there.
Sir,
Come. Shalom. Can you hear me?
What's
Still
loud and clear, right?
Loud and clear. Come. All praises. All right, so we ain't gonna waste no time. Salute to the saints, the 12 tribes scattered abroad, the chosen, near and far. You know what I mean? So today, what I wanted to do, which I wanted to continue going. The first time we did this, it was with my brother Bamar. To give testimonies. To see where we come from, the different walks and paths of life that brothers and sisters in the truth come from. And the purpose behind it, what the Most High put on my spirit for, how it to be, executed or why it should be executed, is the fact that, every soul ain't gonna come into the truth, family, off the brother's street preaching. You know what I'm saying? Every soul ain't gonna come into the truth off the brother streaming over the YouTube. Everybody ain't gonna come into the truth over just hearing the scriptures. A lot of times we got to make the truth relatable. You know what I'm saying? I need to know who you are. I need to know that, you understand my plight and where I'm at in life. And we don't always get that, just by going through the scriptures. So the journey to the truth, again, the whole thing is about hearing one another's testimony, man. So I asked the Sleepy LaFlare, if he would come on and do the honors today, to share with us his story, how he came into the fold. You know what I mean? And preferably the intention is that souls are here, and be able to relate, and then they come into the fold understanding, we all got a pass, we all working on things. Yep. So Kingo, I might play that the song I just was blasting is one of my favorite ones from you, King.
God first.
God first.
That was true story. That was true story and the truth. That wasn't like no, like, oh, I made everything I was talking about on that song. I was already woke, so it wasn't like I'm like, coming up with some memories from the streets. I'm already woke, like battling. You know what I'm saying? I'm a year and a half, 2 years in. This 2 years. This 2017. I made that 2018. So a year and a half, 2 years in, and I'm like, I'm trying to put God first, but at the same time, I'm trying to get to it. Like I'm trying to what am I gonna do? I'm telling the real, I'm gonna get 2, 3 jobs, working on the Sabbath. I'm whatever I gotta do. I don't care. Whatever I gotta do. I'm taking time from studying at work, working second, third shift, knowing that it's taken away from time at the crib. Like so, I'm like I felt like I was choosing the money over the Most High. So
Mm.
that's why I dived in on that. Like I can't even go that far. Like, I ain't even trying to go that far because right now I'm battling for just trying to find a job, bowing down to these folks, and I'm on probation, so I can't get those 20, 21, 25,
Mm.
even 17, 18. I can't get those CNA joints where you can go in and help out at the nursing home joints where they paying good. I can't get them due to me being on probation for thugging. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily thugging, but I came up. Can we dive in, or is we just talking about the song?
Hey, King, let's dive in. Hey,
Okay, look. So
before you go though,
I
before you go,
okay.
somebody give me the con. Can y'all hear Sleepy well? Y'all hear him loud and clear? Somebody give me a con. Can y'all hear Sleepy loud and clear on y'all's end? Okay, con. Go ahead, Ken. You got.
So yeah, like from the start, I want to say like 2012, because from 2011 I was 17. So yeah, 2011, 17, I was really doing music heavy. So from basically my childhood of being 14 till about 2010, I'm just doing music for the streets, and the streets just doing music. Then 2000, the end of 2010 is when it took off. We got signed by a label in the city. So I wasn't them whole times I was never worried about no money. It was just music and clout and trying to, just get famous.
Mm,
So 2012 come, I find out, and this all leading up to me being on probation. 2012 come, I find out my friend, he got away making some money. But at
mm,
the same time, now my name got bigger, you know what I'm saying? Everything going on. Now I got a baby on the way. So now I'm like, I need some cheese. Like I can't have the label. The label can't pay for the diapers and that's on me. Like the responsibilities that comes with having a baby. So I'm like, my man's he was doing some little scam and stuff with PayPal and stuff like that. So I jumped in head first on that, but still rapping. Took a year off on rapping, so now I'm going good with it. I ain't
mm,
had no run-ins with the law from 2012 to 2015, maybe like. And
mm,
then we take off on another level. So it went from getting signed by a major label in the city, some guys with a bag, they putting it behind you, to now we getting recognized by Migos, Chief Keef, Future, all
con.
these other people. So we now, wow. So now we taking that like, all right, it's on. So boom, but I'm still jugging. So now we going on tour whole the end of 2015, 2016. When Offset got out of jail, we go on tour with Migos for the Dab tour. But I'm still jugging.
Mm.
I get some stuff come back from 2015. Some stuff come back.
Let me
I
just.
get a letter in the mail saying I gotta go to court. Whoop de whoop. I ain't the type person that's going, I run from, what I'm saying? I ain't running from nothing. So I'm like, all right, bet. Forget it. Like I take myself to court. They tell me what I'm going to court for. Then a couple other warrants pop up.
Mm.
So now I'm wanted in like 3, 4 states. So I'm like, oh man, equal up to be 21 felonies. All right? But it's like on a white collar crime, like it
Mm.
ain't really like too crazy. Like like felony 5 and felony 4 and stuff like that. But it don't hold, like a lot of time unless you done scammed over millions. And of course I wasn't, on that level. Like so, going through that, we at the highest level we was ever at. I get locked up for 6 months. Right on the break of that, I'm dealing with Perky's heavy. So I just actually shared a post where I had the red hair and all on the front. I'm
Mm.
dealing with the Perky's heavy. Like I'm almost popping 10 perks a day. Like just 10 perks a day just going. Like Then I get locked up, go through the healing process of that, dealing with perks, can't sleep, throwing up. It's an opiate. So, I'm out here looking like a dope fiend, like in jail though, like locked up, can't sleep, I'm sweating. Like, but the perks had me on that, like, cause I was doing so many. So boom, I get off that. Somebody had a Bible, I started reading it. So then now when I get out of jail, I'm ready to be a Christian. But it ain't go that way. Most High brought me into the truth.
Come
So
on.
then that's when I started making truth music, and that song came up to where I'm like, I'm telling the rib, like, yeah, we gonna be good, we straight, but it ain't that. In my head, I'm like, we ain't good or straight. Like, so I gotta get out here. It's either I get back to scamming or I just go crazy on the job side. So that's what I was on. Like, all right, I gotta go crazy on the job side, but I know I'm finna break the Sabbath. I know I'm finna have to not even be studying as much as I need to be studying. So during that time, I was going through that for like 2 months, 3 months of 2018 of just not knowing what to do. Did I want to, back out of this, or did I want to, stay at it? But
Mm.
I repented, man, fasted, quit those jobs, started back gathering, and then it was just like from there. I ain't even. I just stopped leaning to my own understanding. Because for a minute, coming into this walk, I was leaning to my own understanding, like far as how I'm gonna provide. I ain't know how to provide at first, but everything played out. Most High willing now, everything good. So, but yeah, man, I came from the addiction, addict to pills, came from the shootouts, came from the starting problems, came from all that.
Come on. So,
Literally.
so when you say, somebody had a Bible, right? You
Yeah,
know, from my own path and relating to what you're saying, coming from the streets and that lifestyle with scamming and everything else, finessing basically, you
yeah,
know, that there's a spirit we pick up in the world. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So when you come across this person who you said had the Bible, you know what I mean? What was it that they said to you? Like who was it? How did it go when they kicked it to you that you Israel?
Well, see, in jail, I all like so before on the spiritual side now, not dealing with the probation and the song. On the spiritual side, leading up to 2000, like a lot of stuff was like 2011, 2012 was like the breaking point. Now that now we having this conversation, I'm like, dang, like the Most High really was playing because my dad was heavy on a Christian. Like he got married, and I guess he got married to a white woman, and I guess she had him in a Christian church.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't never was around him, never was kicking it. So 2012, I'm like, man, I don't even gotta ask my mama to see my daddy no more. I can just hit him up myself. So I got his information, hit him. That's what he was on. So in order for me to kick it, I'm gonna spend the night at your house on the weekend. Then Sunday, now I gotta go to church with you, and I'm gonna go to the crib. But I'm already like a dove. I'm like 20, 21. So I'm like 20. So this is my decision. It ain't like I'm young boy with it. I ain't believing no God at first. Like honestly, I was on a devil's like I was on a heavy like on a Baphomet and on a devil side before he even introduced me to that. I was
Mm-hmm.
heavy on that, like looking into all that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like on it because I'm thinking like that's what came with the industry. So in order for us to get there, we gotta already be doing indirect signals in the pictures and all that type joint. So we was already on that, like 48 laws of power and laws of attraction to get to where we was trying to go, and it was almost there. But most I snatched it. So going to church from like 2012, that whole year of 2012, and then I stopped going with him out in 2013. That gave me a start of a faith, like something to believe in other than the dark side. Coming from the streets, you with whatever you with. That gave me like all right, I know Jesus is real. I received it. So when I said I seen the Bible, it was just like me, like I never been locked up before, never been away from my family. Y'all telling me I'm finna sit right here for 180 days and do what? So I just grabbed the scripts and I still use that. I still that same Bible I got marked up from jail. I still use that same Bible, like. But white dude, he had a Bible. I'm like, and you could tell he was just having it to have it. So I just walked up, hey, can I see that after you done? Like, he just gave it to me ASAP. Like, yeah, here. I just sat down, start reading, taking notes. But I ain't get the truth till I got out.
Mm.
So it wasn't like, yeah, I ain't get the truth till I got out. Literally, like 20 days after I got out, I had linked with Shadiawar,
Mm-hmm.
my Dawadai, and Young Yash, who on the I Pray record.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking we about to have a Bible study. I fresh out.
Hold on, Ken. Hold on. You breaking up a little bit. We need to hear this. We need to hear this.
You hear me now?
We with you. Go ahead.
You hear me?
Come,
All right, so
come.
look, I'm fresh out of jail. I'm thinking we finna have a Bible study. So I'm like, oh, it's on. They don't even know. They finna receive Jesus today because I'm fresh. Like I got them notes down. What
Yeah.
y'all want to talk about? Like whatever it is, let's go. But he ain't tell me about no Israelite stuff
Mm.
leading up into that. He was just like, yeah, we can have a Bible because I asked him like, let's have a. I'm literally trying to bring people to Christ, but on
Mm.
the Christian side. So
Come
I'm
on.
hitting him up like, let's link up this day, this day, this day. He was like, all right, let's link up Saturday. And I'm like,
Oh,
well, I got something to do Saturday, but let's do it Saturday night.
mm.
So I pull up over there. We walk in this house. We walk in this house. We in my city, so I'm knowing where we at. But I'm like, man, this seems janky. Like, so we walk upstairs. We walk in the attic. I'm like, oh, y'all, okay. Like, so I'm thinking,
Ah, hold on, Ken. Hold on. You breaking up a little bit. Oh man.
can you hear me?
'Cause I can hear you, but I can't see you. But the vocals
Hold
is
on.
good.
Literally, somebody kept calling me. Hold on, real quick. I'm trying to get me back on.
Okay,
Hold
Ken.
on.
Okay, friends. He'll come back in. And so we're gonna bring him back on, but I'll pray to the Most High, man. Just hearing the testimony. Here we go. Here we go. There you go.
Yeah, somebody was calling me.
Oh,
But
come on.
so look, we walk in this attic. So I'm pulling out the notes. I got on my Bible. We talking. I'm telling them how, Jesus is our Lord and Savior. That's our God. Then this ox say, well, do you know your nationality?
Mm,
I'm like, well, that don't matter because God accepts all. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly. I'm like, God accepts all. And then I pulled up the script like, look, we all, the God died for the world. You know what I'm saying? John 3 and 6. I'm like, he died for the world. So I ain't really focused on the color and all that. I'm really just focused on the person. Like he was like, I get what you're saying, but you know what I'm saying? He starts, so I'm like, so for the first 2 hours, I'm debating. I'm literally like, look, I ain't going. But it was
mm,
just like something was on me like, listen, just chill and listen. And I just listened to it. Well, I knew what it was. It was the spirit because I believed in the Holy Spirit when I was in jail. So
come on.
when I heard that voice, like just she like, you know how you just be quiet or you just got that feeling like, are you
Mm,
in the say you in the streets? I'm like, since we talking like, you in an awkward spot to where you keep looking over your shoulder, you need to leave. Like, like, all right, bet something can
yep.
happen from right here, from me being right here. Cause so if I'm keep looking around, I know like, all right, I'm about to just slide up out of here.
Mm,
So that same feeling came when I was talking to them. And it was just telling me like, just listen, just listen. So I was getting them same vibes in jail. So I just stopped talking. And man, they went in. They just start going. This is Shadiwar beginning stages. So he really wasn't going. But my Gawada and Young Yash, they was already in it. So they was going.
mm,
From then, I pulled up. But I was playing both sides. I ain't gonna lie. I was, going to church, going to the gathering on Saturday. This Sunday, I'm going to my Christian church because I
mm,
felt like I ain't want to play Jesus. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I was I was doing that for like a month straight until I got locked back up for
mm,
30 days because I got pulled over and had a warrant that I ain't know about with the same type cases. So I'm like, oh man. So that's when after that 30 days, I got out in March, got baptized in the truth, and I ain't even go back to a Christian church, do none of that. I was just like, I'm for you. Like, I know why you just set me down. Because you
mm,
knew my thoughts. Like you knew my thoughts. He knew I was gonna go back to thugging, back to scamming, back to the Christian church. I was
mm,
about to go, but I was still trying to figure out what it was they was talking about. But I think it was just like me pulling up on the Sabbath it wasn't normal to me because I'm used to the 2012. I was used to the Sunday every Sunday. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it was just that wasn't normal of keeping the Sabbath and not doing nothing versus just waking up, go to church, and then go do whatever you want to do once you
Come.
walk out of there. So
Yeah.
that's what it was. I was fighting, but I got past that, and man, we here. All right? I'm talking to my Octavie.
Hey,
You hear
all
me?
praise to the Most High, man. Look, so so in that case, King, like man, look, and anybody who tuning in, y'all got questions for the King. If you type them in, I'll relay it to the brother. You know what I'm saying, and he can answer. But you said y'all in the added 2 hours. You going hard for Caesar Borgia.
Facts.
You
I ain't
standing
care about the image. I ain't care about the long hair. I ain't care
right.
about the blue eyes. All I
Mm,
cared about was what that word said. And it said that he our Lord and our Savior. So I was going like I was with it. I ain't care about what image they put up. So I'm
mm-hmm,
thinking these brothers is the Antichrist. I'm thinking like, all right, they finna get me off my walk. How the scripture say, if anybody come preaching a different doctrine, you know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? Like So I'm thinking they come and preaching a different doctrine, but the whole time they just lining the scriptures up with history.
mm,
So I'm like, I learned. I was just like, all right, bet I can't really fight this. Like, can't nobody. I don't care whoever listening. You will never fight if the Most High calling you. You can't fight that spirit. It ain't no. I was trying to fight it for 2 hours, trying to go back and forth, debate these brothers, and I'm here now. Like I ain't try to do this. I was trying to do it on my own. Like I'm about to bring some souls, not to Yeshua. I say I'm talking about Jesus. Like I'm about to bring some souls over here to the Christian church.
mm-hmm,
I set all that up, not knowing that the Most High was working on the other side against me. Like you think that you about to set all that up and have these brothers doing this and that with you and y'all feeding the home. It was everything. I had when I got out. Well, I thought about it when I was in jail, but when I got out, it was called Peace Through Christ, and I'm gonna get it back going up. But I'm a change. I'm a change. But it was just Peace Through Christ, where me and some brothers, we were just gonna go out, feed the homeless, pray for people at a location. Everybody pull up on a Sunday. We pray for you. We feed the homeless, and just vibe out for a couple hours. And that was just gonna be the thing, peace through Christ. And we just have peace through Christ shirts, and we pass them out. So that was my whole thing when I got out, because I'm good at like starting movements and getting people involved and stuff like that. So that's what I was gonna do. But I got
mm-hmm,
this truth, and I'm like, I'm gonna put that on hold and really just focus on what's more important right now, and that's me getting right, because I
indeed.
wasn't right at that time.
Mm-hmm. Man, all praise to the Most High, man, for the redemption, man, and
Man, bro.
creating me this way. You know what I'm saying? So,
Man.
so the question I got, King, you know what I'm saying? Earlier, you said, a lot of us, we think that we all coming from backgrounds where everybody was always or already exposed, you know what I'm saying, to the Christian church or whatever. You said you come from a path. You didn't, you know what I'm saying, you didn't believe in the Most High. You dealing on the dark side. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I was heavy on the dark side because I did some some stuff I repented for, like that I don't really want to, say on this joint. Me and you were talking about it, but I'm supposed to have a tear on me, like, but
Mm,
like I ain't even want to take that route to put it out there, like, for that. But getting into what I was getting into in my hood, like, you had to go catch you one, set you up one, or catch you one in the near future, like.
mm-hmm,
So that was like the reason why I'm like I'm looking everything. I'm in school looking stuff up about the devil, about when you bring a soul to the devil, and when you sacrifice somebody, and when you do this. So I'm in school in eighth, ninth, 10th grade looking this stuff up.
mm-hmm,
So, but I'm playing in the streets. I'm playing around with guns. I'm doing stuff I ain't supposed to do. But I'm looking at it as like my whole psychological thing about it was like everybody, like, okay, look, you say you live in righteous, but if somebody else come around you and they like they own logical thinking, they could just say what you doing is wrong, because
mm-hmm,
that's they outlook on life. They made their own pain on life. And let's just say littering ain't wrong or littering is wrong.
Okay.
Somebody in their mind can put together everything to tell you why littering is not wrong. And
Mm-hmm.
that was my whole thing about I was the one who gonna tell you like, look, this ain't wrong. Like this ain't wrong at all what I'm doing. And I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
tell you why it ain't wrong, blah, 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 blah. And then I had a way of seducing you into knowing like, okay, that ain't wrong. But I learned all that from the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
So but yeah, my mama ain't forced me to go. I wasn't one of them. I be hearing boo like sisters and my mama, grandma forced me to go to church. Whoopty whoop, I was going. I ain't want to be there. I ain't got that. Like I ain't come from the Christian background at all. I ain't come from not even knowing who until 2012 when I was 20 years old. I didn't even know who Jesus was. I
Man.
ain't know nothing about God, Jesus, or
Mm,
nothing. But I did know about the devil because one of the OGs in the hood he said like Satan always watching and he waiting. But he ain't never tell me why he said that. And that stick to me to this day. He said
mm,
Satan always watching and he waiting. But
mm,
I took that as that's like I looked up Satan. I start looking into Satan. I ain't get introduced to Jesus gonna call your name one day and all this and all that. So he
mm,
said, OG said Satan always watching and he waiting.
mm,
But I ain't know why he said that. So I just went did my research on what is Satan and what that was. Google at that time, you had Google going at that time, so I was with it. And I just
mm,
ran with that for a little minute. Got the upside, still got the upside down cross tatted on me. Like I was
mm,
with that for a little minute. And
mm.
then
Man,
I'm happy I was pulled from it though, bro. Like it was deep.
praises. I don't praise to the Most High, man. So y'all listening, man. Look, understand this, man. This the purpose of the whole platform. You know what I'm saying? We seeing, we hearing King's story. You know what I'm saying? King said King literally came from the dark side. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So if the Most High can pull this man from this side to where on this side, you know what I'm saying, how the music affecting people. Now I'm gonna tell you, King, you know what I'm saying? I saw a couple of posts that you made, you know what I'm saying, being in the house of the Migos house or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, even myself, I didn't go that far, but
Yeah.
but that testimony y'all hearing is the Most High can pull us from anywhere, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
And
I was
let me get
I
a
was
scripture
I
real
was
quick.
I was there. Like I was like we was right there. Like literally. Like right there from where you can look it up and it's all documented on YouTube. Songs with Future, performances with Migos, everything. We was like just right there. But the most High just like if I wouldn't have went to jail that that year in 2016, it was on. But the most High wasn't going for that. Hold on, knock. I don't know what just happened, bro. I got in that car and hold
Okay,
on real quick. Oh, there
can
we
you hear me
go.
now? I can't see you, King. And if you're talking, I can't hear you either. Okay, I can see you.
Can you see me and hear me now?
Come, we with you.
Can you hear
Come,
me?
come.
All right, bet. Yeah, all right,
Yeah,
bet.
come. So I'm gonna get this verse real quick though. Proverbs 20, verse 24. It says, man's goings are of the Most High. How can a man then understand his own way? You know what I'm saying? So in a lot of cases, I'm referencing this because we had intentions early on, but you know, dealing with your testimony, you had intentions of getting that fame, that glory, getting the bands, you know what I mean, being renowned throughout the earth for the music, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? But the Most High changed that whole thing, set us down, you know what I mean? And a lot of us, there's mercy in it, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody didn't get that same mercy. Everybody didn't get that same blessing. Like you got brothers and sisters now who they went on, they always at it. You know what I'm saying? They already signed the contract in blood. They done already did the ritual with the enemy, with the demons out in the desert, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? They done it. But we reading here, you know what I'm saying? Those chosen, he selected you. You know what I'm saying? Just like you selected many
Con, con.
the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? So anybody tuning in, man, y'all need to know. You know what I mean? You ain't if he can bring Sleepy LaFlare from it, you ain't too far from it, man. You know what I'm saying? You it ain't that you can't be snatched up from it. Satan wants your soul, man. You know what I'm saying? And he wants you to draw other souls in. But the most high, just like I can recognize it, the most high knew, man, this brother was gonna be a vessel used to touch many other souls. Many mornings I done been slamming it, devil won't win. You know what I'm saying? Devil won't win
That was
today.
the first look. That was one of the first songs I made.
Mm,
Can you still hear me?
Con.
Yeah, that was one of the first songs I had made just because of what I was dealing with. I'm like, I know who you is because I did my research on you, but I can't let you win. Like
Mm,
even though I know that even though I know you real, I can't let you win because the most higher is real too. So
talk to him.
that was like one of the first joints that I had made, and I made that in jail. But when I got out, I switched it to the truth because
Mm,
when I was in jail, uh, I was saying reach out and pray to Jesus. Like I was saying reach out and pray, but on the ad lib I would say to Jesus. But I
mm,
ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that was really initially for because I look, it's bro. That's like we have this amazing. Like we having this conversation. When I was in jail, I said I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna make gospel music. But I ain't know that it was gonna be. I'm thinking like just regular gospel music that you hear at the church, you know.
mm,
So I'm like, when I get out, and then in jail, I'm going to the services every time they come. I don't care if it's a Catholic service, a Christian service,
mm.
one-on-one service.
Thank you,
To get
Father.
out of my cell, I'm going. I was
Mm-hmm.
going there, and listen, bro. The Most High said, "You ain't finna make no gospel music. You finna speak about that truth in that music." And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I do it. Why I, like how I do it.
Come. Come, man. I want to point
All
out something else
praises.
too, King. All praise to the Most High. Just want to point out something else too from your story. You know what I mean? I know even in the truth, many of us we'll talk about the church. You know what I'm saying? The Sunday church, and we know what it is. We understand what it is. But from your story, you know what I'm saying, and like I already know, man, King, it played a part to at least plant the seed. You know what I'm saying, to where you understood that, man, it's a other side besides the dark side. You know what I'm saying? And it helped you. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't help me. You know what I'm saying? So I want to know though, King, even in those times, like what was your surrounding father far as your the company? You know what I'm saying? How did people start to react? You know what I'm saying? Getting to that point where you was almost in the door, but now you didn't did a whole 180. You know what I'm saying? You didn't flip the script. Like what was people's responses?
I ain't gonna lie. When I got out, like when I was locked up, I'm telling everybody, look, when I get out, I'm on something different. My jail phone calls, folks weren't hearing that. They like, man, I ain't listen, bro. You know what's up when you get out, bro. I got whatever you need for you good. I'm like, nah, bro. Like I ain't on that. This is before the truth. I just knew that I had to remove myself from what I was dealing with in order to get where I'm trying to go. And I was
Mm,
always trying to just make it to heaven.
mm,
It wasn't about nothing else. It was when I was studying them. I read the whole Bible 2 times, and I only did 180 days. But I
mm,
read that joint 2 times, bro. So I
mm,
knew the scriptures, and I like that's why when people try to come at me with these doctrines, and I don't go for it because I already done read the scriptures 2 whole times, and I went crazy when I got into the truth
mm,
with the studying on the precept side. So
mm,
it was just more so like folks was like, bro, you tripping, bro. Like the bag right there, like, and I wasn't doing the music. I was the manager because I stepped back. I let my boy Cook LaFlare do his thing. I wasn't doing the music. I had stepped back, managed him, made sure he got where he needed to be, and we did what we did, and that was working. We was a group at first, but then
Mm-hmm.
I stepped back and focused on the bag to make sure that we can still get in there because we've needed somebody who can manage us. So that's what I did. I started managing him, made sure we was everywhere we needed to be, and folks was like, "Bro, you tripping right now? You going through a phase." But now it's like a salute. Like every time, bro, I love what you're doing. They never like share the music, but they always tell me when they see me, "I love what you doing, bro." Like, and that
Mm,
just let me know, like, dang, y'all see it, but
mm,
ain't really getting it. Y'all see the music, y'all see the scriptures that I post, y'all see the change, but y'all ain't getting it. So from that point right there, I was just like, hey, I'm happy they seeing it. One
mm,
day that seed gonna get planted like it always do. Somebody hit me up and they say,
mm,
I'm getting my charger, hold on. And they
con,
say like, yeah, I'm trying to know what you know.
mm.
Dang, man.
That's what's up right there. That light
I'm
shining,
trying
man.
to I'm trying to get on that wave that you on. Like, give me hip, and I'll give them the information, send everything over, to where the information where we all can link up at one body, one place.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it fall by the wayside. That's why I made that song. Some gonna go to the wayside because I know that. So everybody that that when I see them, I give them that word. It don't always stick, but at first I was tripping, but now they and then the pandemic really that basically this whole year turned it up really. It's
Mm,
like, bro, everything you was saying from that deep song when you came on the block, shot the video, that I Pray song when you was in the hood, like that whole I Pray video, that setting was how it was. They already had their guns, they had their weed, they was
mm,
shooting dice already. I
mm,
just had pulled up
mm,
randomly, like we ain't had no more scenes to do. I'm like, man, let's pull up on the block. I know they down there. And
mm,
that's what we went with. So if you ain't seen the I Pray video, go look at it. But that whole setup where now of course the pointing the gun and all that, I just told them to do that. But everything they was doing, they was already really doing. I
con,
just had put the plan together like, all right, do this, like do that, do this, do that. But that setting was there. So they
con.
see it, but some folks ain't they can't give it up.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, indeed, man. All
Or
praise.
the most high done turned into a reprobate.
Con, con. There's a fact. There's a fact
Hold on,
right there.
real quick. My Bluetooth trip. Like this mic tripping again. I can't hear you. This is my end though. Hold on.
Okay. All right, so family, I don't know if y'all can hear me. You know what I'm saying? But if so, y'all got any questions for Sleepy? You know what I'm saying? Listening to his testimony, his story thus far. And I'm sure it go, because I can't think of every question. I'm just blown away, just hearing what he has shared. You know what I mean? And I know each one of us, we got stories. We got paths that we didn't came from. We got things that we didn't see. We got things that scarred us. We got things we still need to be healed from. All right, but the basis of it, you know what I mean? We got past it enough to come into the fold. You know what I'm saying? And obey. So any
I'm back
question?
here. Can you hear me?
Come, we can hear you, King.
All right, yeah, I can hear you too. So I'm back in. My phone going dead, so I had to take out them little ear pod things and get my charger. You got your charger there? It's not
Come.
stuck in that thing. Hold on, let me get my charger so this won't go dead. Cause I'm loving what you got going on. Knock like I seen that first. Mark, give me a mini purse on her side, on this side. I can reach back there. I got it, Mark. Uh,
Come. We kicking it with Sleepy LaFlare, man. We on ice with Sleepy right now.
what side, man?
So like I was
I'm
saying,
hitting
though,
it.
everybody tuned in know why King get set. You got any question for him, you know what I mean? When you
Yeah,
post
any
it
questions like
in the
any
comment,
questions y'all got? I don't care how personal y'all think. Like y'all want to
mm,
anything y'all want to ask from, whatever. It's only this part. I don't know what the other part.
come.
Anything y'all want to ask from, whatever y'all can ask. It. Like I'm gonna answer it truthfully. I don't tell no lies. in real life or in the music, I don't tell no lies. I'm gonna just give y'all the truth. That's why I be saying like I be getting a lot of backlash because I be like, I done hit you up a couple times like, man, bro, like I need some advice on this situation. This situation, you said, bro, let the spirit guide you always. Like let the spirit guide you. So whatever y'all ask me, I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna answer it truthfully. I ain't gonna just, So if y'all got any questions, ask. And I was like really active.
Mm.
So
How did that?
y'all can get real. Like we can go there on this joint because it's been so long. Like it don't even matter. Like so we can go there. Then it ain't like I'm like we doing anything where the feds watching. So like it don't even matter. Like but we can go there like from
All right.
whatever. Like anything y'all dealing with where y'all wanna can I relate to it? I possibly can from
Mm.
everything, man. Everything, bro. I done seen it all. We can talk about the industry. I done seen the high at the highest level what they be doing. I done seen it. I done seen the whole QC operation. Like, cause
Mm.
that's what we was finna sign to. So I know how that go. I know what you got to do to get in over there. Like I know how it go. And if you ain't a yes man, you're not getting in over there. So
Mm.
we can go there. Like, well, if y'all want to go rap, streets, scriptures, I'm with it. All right.
Come. You got two of them right now, King. So 12 tribes Zion. 12 tribes Zion asks Sleepy what keep him grounded from backsliding.
What keep me grounded from backsliding is the fam. I'm with the fam right now. But that
Mhm.
like, I don't know if you married out, but if you gave your rib this truth, she gonna hold you accountable. And that's one thing my rib do. Like she hold me accountable. If I say something and then she kept like I'm later on down the line, maybe a year, two, whatever, however long,
Mm.
that what I said and now I'm going against it, I'm gonna hear from it. Then that
Mm.
spirit gonna bear witness, like, yeah, what you gonna do? Like you gonna come up with something to say, oh nah, it ain't this, it ain't that. Like, are you gonna deal with it? So I always be like, nah, I bet you right. So that helped me a lot. And what else helped me a lot is I don't take other people, internet people opinion as much as I was in the beginning. So like if somebody tell me I don't think you should be doing that, I ain't going why you don't think I should be doing it.
Mm.
Like a brother, he thought I was gonna debate with him because I ain't had the borders of blue on my fringes, on
Mm.
my shirt. I, I didn't feel no type of way. I said, "You right, bro. Like I ain't going back and forth with you. You right. The next time I order a shirt, I'm gonna make sure that this company got the border of blue. But the company that I went through, they didn't have the border of blue. They just had the fringes, and I liked it, so I grabbed it. I took a
Come.
picture in it, and I wore it.
Mm-hmm.
So it just be stuff like that that just helped me from not going back to my old ways and coming at people negative and doing certain things. It be the family. Like if I go back negative, then everybody else had an impact on, they gonna go back negative
Mm.
eventually.
Come.
Eventually they gonna go back. They gonna go back negative because the source of they whole belief went sideways.
Mm.
So
Come. Come.
that's what be helping me.
Come. All praise. So even on this, so you know, to land back off what you're saying, King, we need to understand that this goes in again with why you know the most I feel the most I put on my spirit to come in this manner. Besides just teaching a lesson, besides street preaching, besides the music, because your life when the Most High made each one of us, He made us connected to other people. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Your purpose ties into other people's purposes. So in the case where the brother has been an inspiration to other souls and they see him fall back, they can potentially hurt them. Even what the
facts.
scripture tell you, you know what I'm saying? If one is weak among you, I'm gonna paraphrase it. If that person is weak among you and they talking about consuming meats, they said don't eat in front of that person. You know what I mean? Let
Yeah,
that person feel like, okay, well, it's okay for me to do it. You know what I mean? So all praise to the Most High for that though, King. So you got some more questions. Uh, We got I praise Elohim every day. It says Shalom fam. How many kids do you have?
I got two. Well, I got three. I got a boy that I just had. I got my daughter, and then I got my son. It's 8, 7, and then my son 1 month. So
Mm,
I got three.
three. Okay.
Yes,
Bless
sir.
them
I got
all.
three. And
Bless
I just had a little boy that looked just like me.
man.
Literally. I was praying for that. I fasted 2 weeks for that.
Mm,
And I'm well past. This was in the beginning. I'm well past it, so it ain't like I'm over there. I'm well past, so it ain't like boasting about my fast or when you
mm,
fast, you supposed to keep it in secret. It's well past. So I'm just now it's a praise report. So I'm telling you as a praise report, like I prayed for a boy. I fasted for a boy who
mm,
looked just like me that I can leave a legacy to that's gonna continue my seed and all
mm,
praises like Most High delivered. So that
mm,
that stuff like stuff like that too. Just praying help me not backslide because
mm,
everything I pray about somehow it ain't even somehow because we ain't living that Christian life. The Most High literally provides the needs,
mm.
like
Okay.
literally like the needs we got. He gonna provide and he gonna get us through it.
Mm,
So I don't know like that stuff like that. I put him to the test, just like the scripture saying. I think it's Malachi, where it say, "Put me to the test." And you think that I won't open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing? So I literally put the Most High to a test. Look, you said this. Your word don't come back void. Ask
uh-huh.
and we will receive. So
Uh-huh.
I'm literally like talking to the Most High how I talk to you, like, and that stuff help. It work, and I do it every day, huh? Every day.
Come. I'll pray to the Most High. All right. Heavenly, we hear the young king now, I guess. Heavenly said, what would you tell someone who is stuck in a phase of uncertainty on who to serve or how to serve? Did you hear me, King?
Say it again, cause I'm say it again.
Come on. Heavenly said, what would you tell someone who is stuck in a phase of uncertainty on who to serve or how to serve? So, what would you tell a person who, wrestling with who to serve and how to serve?
I'll tell that person to basically on. So I'm gonna ask them a question because I need to know is they saying on who to serve and how to serve as if Satan or the devil, or are they saying who to serve on how to like this somebody in the truth on who to serve or how to serve which like as far as the names. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't know
Uh-huh.
if there's somebody who already in the fold and asking like as far as on the name side, or are they asking like on as far as my past on me saying I was serving Satan and I came to the Most High through Christianity. So
Okay.
if you still on here, let me know if you talking about serving other gods like Satan and all these other gods, or is you talking about like literally what God and what name to call on and stuff like that.
Come. All right. So, it's on you, Heavenly. Oh, so he said coming from Heavenly said coming from your background. So in the case where you said you were on the dark side, but you came to the light.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So come. All right. So bet. Basically, it comes to a point to where you got to look at both sides and say, logically, for you in your life, do you think that killing a brother in the hood gonna gain you anything?
Mm,
Do you think that selling dope to a brother or a sister or a mother or a grandma, because most of these dope things be old, most of these dope things be somebody's mama, most of them
mm,
somebody's son, daughter. So do
mm,
you think that's gonna benefit anything in your life other than that little money you about to get?
mm,
So that's what I had to look at. Like, okay, shootouts daily, uh, that ain't gonna benefit me nothing because a lot of my homies is dead or doing 10 right now. This was when they was giving out 10 for the body, so it really
mm,
wasn't nothing because my folks now they get out at 30. I'm only 28, so when I'm 30, my folks get out now.
but
Mm-hmm.
they already know what I'm on. But so the 10 wasn't nothing because now they giving out, you getting 15, 20, 20 to life. So that's your
Mm-hmm.
whole life. But back then, so you just really got to look at it like, is this gaining anything for me personally, not for anybody else? But do I think this is right? Doing everything that Satan is telling me to do. Oh, go fornicate with this girl right here. Go do this. Go steal this. Go rob this person. Go do this. Go do that. You know that that's not right. But I told you, somebody can come with something to say that it is right. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole nother topic of that psychological thinking. But I'm just saying, like, you gotta, as yourself, look at it and be like, the life that I'm living right now, is this right for me? Can I
Mm,
die if I go out here and rob this man? If I shoot
mm,
this man, will I throw my life away and never see my family again? If I fornicate with this sister, am I willing to take on responsibility to stay with her for the rest of my life, no matter how she is, and take care of them kids? And the
mm,
most of the time is no, because I I got a, I'm saying, a daughter, and her, I know I ain't want to be with her mom. So
mm,
you know it's a sister that you not gonna want to be with. Don't even lay with her.
mm-hmm.
Don't even entertain that spirit. So yeah, like that's what I tell somebody battling that way right there.
Come on, man. All praise to the Most High. Hey, man, I'm loving this. All right, so we got more questions, King.
Hold on, real quick, Doc, real quick.
Come on. Let's see. We got more. Oh, we got Daddy's girl. I'll be
I'm ready
going.
for the next question, Doc.
Come. So we got Daddy's girl. She said, for both you brothers, when you came, hold up, Salaki. No, Daddy girl said, told out for the interview. Love your channel. Are you ox performing at the Hebrew Awards show in STL? All right, for myself, I'll be willing. Yeah, with the brother Jacob and St. Louis, he changed it to August. I think August the 28th. Father willing, if everything be open back up, besides the pandemic and how they moving with everything. But
Same
yeah.
thing here for me. Same thing here. I'm on the same page as you. If everything good to go, and they letting people, come together and
Mhm.
do the performances, I'm there.
Con. All right, Abiel Judah said, for both you brothers, when you came into this truth, did you cling to the name Ahia and Yeshaya, or did you follow any other so-called camps?
You want
You
to go
want to
first?
you got it, King. I'll answer after you.
Okay. Yeah, I came straight. The brothers who took me up to the attic, they took me straight to Exodus and broke down the I am that I am. Went to Matthew, broke down Yeshaya. I ain't had no debating. It wasn't
Mm,
no going back and forth. Like this was at the point to where I was listening. So they had all. I mean, they had every book ready. Like they was prepared for me to pull up there. I don't know how, but they was prepared for me to pull up there. Every book was ready. They ain't have to. It wasn't a phone pulled out, except for Shadiawar, who was like just getting a little footage. And what I'm
mm,
gonna do is I'm gonna tag you in that footage of that night in the attic. But that was a deep night in the attic, bro. To where, listen, I'm like, but yeah, after that day, it ain't take me no time. They had the books to where they was telling me how Yah wasn't the name. They
mm,
told me, you gonna come into Yah, you gonna come into all these other names. Don't listen. This so they had everything ready to where the spirit revealed it all right there. You don't need to go no other way. You right here. You gotta think. You gotta think, bro. I'm
con.
coming out of jail to where my spirit on high. I wasn't fornicating. I wasn't doing nothing. I was hanging with people where I made the you ready, babe? They ready. I made the like the energy vibe. Come on, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna study. When we as soon as we come out in the morning, we're gonna do this. So I was hanging around those type people who was on what I was on, just trying to get through their bid. But I was really studying. They just trying to get through their bid.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it wasn't no. Once I got that truth, the Most High led me to them brothers in the attic. They led me to a higher and Shia. I ain't have to hear nobody else say anything about another name. I don't talk down on nobody else about the names. And how I am is if you call on another name, okay, cool. I'm not gonna go in back and forth with you. But
Mm-hmm.
if we ever together are on the phone and that conversation come up through you and you ask me how, that's when we gonna go. But for me, I'm not gonna. I learned don't go into it. You starting the conversation. If they ask you why, then that spirit now that spirit is time for you to work. So
Mm-hmm.
that's for me.
Come. Shoot, in my case, family, coming into the truth, it was actually the last, I was coming into the truth, last birthday party I threw for myself or whatnot. That night, my older cousin, Lou, I asked him, did he want me to take him to the house? You know what I'm saying? He like, no, he gonna find his own ride. But I believe there was on the most high. So that night he ended up going to jail. You know what I'm saying? And when he got out of jail, by that time, before he got out, I didn't know this till afterwards. But I used to carry my Bible with me, even in the street. I'm praying before I pull off all this. I'm praying that the Most High let me, what I'm saying, be with me to get this dope in the school. Nonetheless. But I was asking the Most High at that time, like, God, I understand. The devil got a proper name. They call him Lucifer. You know what I'm saying? We call him Satan. You know what I'm saying? So, but we just call you God. But Buddha is God. Satan is God to people. What's your name? And I was doing a thing where I just opened my Bible at random, and he will give me something that pertains to my day or something I'll end up dealing with. So when I prayed for that day, when I opened the scripts up, it went to Psalm 68. And I believe it's Psalm 68, but down in verse 4, it extol him by his name. His name is Yah or Jah. Now, after that, my cousin get out of jail with a Bible that I never seen. It was called the Second Name Restored. And in that Bible family, it didn't have like Jesus, it didn't have it, and it had Yeshua and it had YHWH. You know what I'm saying? But that those names didn't resonate. I even spoke on made a few songs. If you go listen to the album, the transition from the streets to the scriptures, I was dealing under those names. But when I read, Exodus 3, 13 through 15, like it touched my soul, so that resonated with me. And I stuck with those names from then. And I seen miracles work under those names. So that's where I'm at with it.
Oh,
Come all praise
hey,
to you.
look, my phone. If it go dead, we gotta do because I'm literally about to walk in to the restaurant. But we good, long as it don't go dead. I don't. We can go. Go
Come.
ahead. Go into the whole thing. But if it do, we gotta do the part two. We
We
gotta.
got
We
we
gotta
come
do the
come
part two. I'm definitely
come.
like I hear my phone static and now let me know like, it's gonna cut off at any minute because I'm literally like dead. And then I couldn't find the charger in the
Mm-hmm.
car, so that was already a hold.
Come,
But
come, come. We
man,
we
listen,
definitely
I love
I
God.
love it
Listen,
too.
that testimony deep.
Come up. I say
That
this
testimony here, testimony is deep, but that helped us out a lot. You starting
hey, the
this is
most
big,
high
right? So I'm here until this phone go dead. I'm here, right?
come. I say this too. If it do, our people we need to see proof a lot of time. Not that we don't. I know. Listen, me and you, we talk, so I know what's up. But those on the outside who might need to see, but because they'll think that the brother's just talking. So if you able to, after we shut down everything, if you able to put like any pictures within the comment section or the community to tag me in it or whatever, let's do that. You know what I mean? So other people can see, like, man, the guy, the man solid on his testimony with the things that he said he experienced and even the people he was around. Uh, which it shouldn't take that, but nonetheless, um, and you freezing up. But if you can hear, if you can see too, King, we got more questions. We got more questions indeed, man. So let me know if you can hear me, King, or if you still with us. Ah, if you can hear me, King, log out and then come back in like you did. Come. Man, all praises to the Most High, man. All praises to the Most High. You know what I mean? To be able to hear other stories, man. Like I said, for it to be relatable. It's somebody out there right now, you know what I mean, who dealing in these same type of phases, or they in these situations where they feeling pressure, you know what I mean, to come up to make a decision for the Most High to bring a man, which I'm sure if it applies to the man, it applies to women. You know what I mean? From a point where you had no type of spiritual background. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have a dealing with the Most High. You know what I mean? But he changed it and transformed a man to where now when you make music, you know, and I deal with Sleepy, you know what I mean? Met him in person, talk, chill with him. And this you can feel the spirit from this brother. He really about love, man. He really about unity. You know what I'm saying? The brother really about what he talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm vouching for that. And in that case, man, it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? This why I compare it to this, a part of what caused the initiative to be taken for this platform. Understanding that, like in time when we were in school, right? You know, the teacher up there teaching, going over the, you know, whatever it is that we need to learn. And the teacher, the professor might be going too fast. You know what I mean? And in your mind, you're like, man, they need to slow down. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. I don't get that. They need to repeat that, but you're only thinking it to the point where now you really urge to really raise your hand, but you afraid. You afraid that the other student's gonna say, man, he dumb or she dumb. How she didn't get that? How he didn't get that? You know, you afraid to be embarrassed for not knowing or understanding. But we being courageous, those who are able to, when we do raise our, hey, can you please repeat that? You know what I'm saying? I didn't get that. Go over that again. What we end up doing when we make the decision, moving with that courage, not being worried about, you know what I mean, what other people think on that case. We trying to get the understanding and have a solid foundation of what's being taught to us. We'll end up realizing that, man, it was 7 other students in the class that felt the same way, but they didn't have the courage or courage, however you pronounce it. They didn't have it in them to raise their hand and say, I don't know. They were too afraid of being embarrassed of saying, I don't know. So with the testimonies, this is what it does. We raising our hand, and you know, like, look, you ain't the only one. You ain't the only one, man. You know what I'm saying? This how I felt. This is where I come from. This is what it was, and this what it is now. You know what I mean? So all praise to the Most High for that, man. All praises. You know, for y'all tuning in too. Shalom. Uh, I'll be a Judah Roshan music, Roshan Judah. Indeed, all praise to the Most High for y'all, Kayel Malaka, Yeshayahu, Abigail, Israel, Mikael Gababon Yehuda, Humble Bro One, you know, Amruna Ariella, but my branch Israel come, you know, the sooner the brother come in, we'll be able to finish asking him a question. But like, you know, like what we did make mention of before, you know, his phone went down and everything. We'll have to definitely do a part 2. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep these questions. I need to write them down in case we don't get to it tonight. You know what I mean? But in the meanwhile, anybody else, you know, who y'all might suggest, you know, whose story y'all would want to hear, you know, whose testimony that y'all want to hear. And even like what I talked to the brother about, you know what I mean, and anybody else who does decide to come on, I want the gritty, man. You know what I'm saying? I want the deepest, but I want it to authentic, organic, you know what I mean, in truth. You know what I'm saying? Without the word of embarrassment or shame, you know what I'm saying, able to tell your story, because there's something that can hinder a person. But when others hear this, when they hear your story, they're gonna say, man, I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the only one that felt like that or thought like that. Now it's somebody who can see this and say, Well, I didn't think I thought I was too filthy for the Most High to choose. I thought I was too dirty. I thought I was too slammy and grimy for him to use me. But if he can do it for Sleepy LaFlare, he can do it for me too. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. The goal is to win souls. That's the whole goal, man. All right, July Parker, Jeremy K. Again, if the Most High allow it to be so, we're gonna give him try to give him another 2 minutes at least. We've been going for an hour here. Alan Davis, Ak, I love you too. I love you, King. Judah the Lion, Shalom, Ak. Angela Harris, Yanina. Let's see who else we got online with us. Akamar, Drea Lee, Khalifa Ali Bey, uh, Nas Psalm 118:13, Lovelace, Shalom to y'all, humble servant, SFC Music, Shalom King, Kings, the Ark Bands in Spiritual Spain. Who else we got here? Pretty much that I can see. Can't see everybody. We got a nice amount of people looking on, but everybody haven't commented. Now, if you're able to hit the like button, hit the like button to drive it. You know what I mean? To share it to where, the testimony, even if it didn't affect you, it might affect the next person. You know what I'm saying? Many times, in many cases, we should all be able to relate to the fact that, somebody, brothers putting in the work was able to make mention of something that we needed to hear right at that time. You know what I'm saying? So if it's not for you, he didn't share it with somebody else who it might be for them. Brian 10, Shalom King. Eliyahu Gabor Yisrael. Where can we find Sleepy's album? I know the Ark is on Bandcamp. I believe so that the brother's on SoundCloud. Definitely on YouTube, on his YouTube channel. Go to Sleepy LaFlare or Sap Squad. I think he still got that up. In those cases, he'll be able to direct you to everything else. Let's see. So the Ox still out, man. There's a 2-minute mark that we didn't hit, family. Sorry to say, hate to say, you know what I mean? Sorry to say and hate to say, but all praise to the Most High that he did he put it on his spirit to say that. So we will have to continue with a part 2, family. I pray that the word was touching, uplifting, edifying, strengthening, enlightening, and helped you in some kind of way. It definitely helped me. Definitely has helped me. All praise to the Most High. Support the brother. Matter of fact, if he hadn't dropped it just yet, he about to drop his solo album, Trap Gospel. You know what I'm saying? I done a song with him. We working on some music now, even, or that I got to knock out, Abba willing, along with other features. But support the brother. You know what I'm saying? And keep him uplifted in y'all prayers. Keep him included in y'all prayers. His family. You know what I mean? That the strength be with him, because to understand that he coming from a path and a realm like that, you got to know. You got to know. You know what I'm saying? That Satan want that soul. You know what I'm saying? Just like he want all y'all. He want y'all because it's not that he just wants you. Think about the fact that if Marshall Moses had disobeyed, you know what I'm saying, he was linked to leading the rest of the children of Israel out. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, understand that you yourself, you link to other people. We link to other people. And we got to be strong for one another. All right. Let's see. Sue Young, Maxwell, do he have a song with Lorvins? I don't think he have a song yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he have a song with Lorvins just yet. Indeed. Bless you too, IBL Judah. Wesley Green, Con, we will stay encouraged. You stay encouraged too. Barakatah, Heavenly, and all of y'all. Bless y'all. Taylor Rubin. Shalom to all of Israel, man. I appreciate sincerely y'all taking the time out. So this is what we'll do. This is where I ended it. This is exactly where I ended. One of my favorite verses. Anytime that we coming together, we got to be mindful of this. So let's go to Malachi 3 and 16. If y'all got y'all swords. Malachi chapter 3. You know what I mean? Because we could be doing anything and occupying our time with any type of activity. You know what I'm saying? So when we come together for a righteous purpose, that's an awesome blessing to have. So Malachi 3 and 16, and it reads, Then they that feared the Most High spake often one to another. And the Most High hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Most High and that thought upon his name. So every time we come together, you know what I'm saying, we convocate, whether it be physically or even over the streaming, over the phone. The Most High got, you know what I'm saying, getting that recorded in the heavens. You know what I'm saying? He got that being written down. That's on our accounts. Like, man, they could have been doing anything. But RBL them, Heavenly them, you know what I'm saying, Bama them, they was in the script, or at least speaking about me, glorifying me. We want that on our accounts, man. Sue Young Maxwell said, don't forget the rock I bought. Con. Hey, I need to reach out. I'm gonna have to holler it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to holler him and get him on. He said, what days are you gonna do these episodes? I'll be willing. It'll be, you know, it kind of depends. You know what I'm saying? I try to, you know, to set it, have something set to do, but what I want to do don't compare to what the Most High want done, his will. Because I on Thursday, I really want to hit the streets. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, it was on my spirit. Well, let's sit down and let's get somebody's testimony. You know what I mean? So, but most likely, more than likely, you know, Father willing, you know, he solidified to be on Thursdays, you know, to get the testimonies, you know what I mean? My journey into the truth with whoever. Come. All right. Any other questions, comments, or concern that y'all may have throughout the week, you know, that might not be on your mind now, shoot it to children of the prophets 144@gmail.com. Children of the prophets 144@gmail.com. All right. Peace and blessing to y'all. The water for all the support. Keep me in your prayers as I keep y'all in my prayers. And I say, Shalom, Israel.